Well, I was going to make a video on putting together one of the Mr. Volcano gas forges back here in the leather room, but, well, my leather room has been hijacked by my daughter in here playing on her computer. So let's go see what else we can find. Oh, here we go. Well, we'll just hijack my wife's dining room table. I think that'll work great. All right, so the operation to hijack the dining table has so far been a success. And yes, I know I'm wearing a goofy hat indoors. It's because my wife got me this hat for Christmas. Let's have a little closer look at it. It says the Laid Back Fishermen's Association. I'm sure that this was a gag gift, but my wife has totally underestimated my complete disdain for normalcy. I will wear this in public. But on to the blacksmithing business. So I've always worked in a solid fuel forge. I've always worked with either charcoal. I've used just wood, which of course has to burn down to charcoal. And as you've seen in my previous videos, used smithing coal, bituminous coal. I like a solid fuel. I prefer that, but I can see that there are benefits at times where using a gas forge would be a little better for certain types of production. Like if you were doing a lot of small pieces or doing something where you needed the whole piece heated up to work it, a gas forge might come in handy for that. So I have here one of these, the Mr. Volcano. It's a 2-burner gas forge. I believe it was actually bought for me either last Christmas or for my birthday back in the spring. And it's been in a box in the back room the whole time. But we're finally going to work on putting this together. Just thought I'd make a little video of it. And we're going to get a start here tonight before we start trying to put anything together though. When you order it, you'll get your gas hoses. This is old cheap hose. Matter of fact, it's kind of got a kink in it right there. I'm hoping that's not going to give us any trouble. Fittings look fairly good, standard compression stuff. Flare fittings, you knucklehead. They're flare fittings, not compression fittings. It's got a 30 psig regulator on it to connect right to your gas tank. Comes with 2 fire bricks, which are important to use as flooring over the top of your wool insulation in the forge, because anytime you do any kind of forge welding, flux will eat that insulation right up. So this is just to help protect that. We've got our 2 burners to connect. I would say that these are probably the air chokes. We'll go on here to regulate how much air goes into it to keep your air mix right. I've got one, two, three, four 12-ounce bags of Satanite refractory to be mixed up, and 2 8-ounce bags of Satanite refractory to be mixed up. And of course then we have our kale wool or ceramic wool or fiber wool or whatever you want to call it. It's the insulation blanket that goes inside the forge. So I think this is more than a one-day process, so we're going to get started tonight and we'll see where we go from there. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so the first thing we're supposed to do is take our ceramic fiber blanket out of the bag and unroll it on a clean, flat surface, which we have. And you can see it's just a fiber wool blanket. It's got 2 holes there, I guess, for the burners to blow the gas through. We've got our blanket laid out. Now we are to mix the rigidizer concentrate. It's in a bottle in there. I'll show you in a minute. With an equal part of water and 1-to-1, shake it for 45 minutes. 45 seconds, not 45 minutes, 45 seconds. And then we also have to have a spray bottle. We put that in a spray bottle, and we also have to have a spray bottle of water. So let's get that mixed up and see what happens. Okay, so this is the rigidizer that comes with the Mr. Volcano gas forge. It said to mix it 50-50 with water. I've got that in this spray bottle. Got a spray bottle of water here. Don't know if you can see the dog. He may pass by me here. He's the one making all the noise in the room. So it says to spray the blanket with water on all sides. This is done to prepare the blanket for the rigidizer. I'm actually surprised that the instructions are sort of clear.
So let's give this a good coat of water. I'm taking some difficulties with the spray bottle. There we go. Okay, we've got that now. Let's turn it over to the other side.
All right. It says to spray the rigidizer on all sides and to make sure that this is red. Okay.
Looks like a decent cover. Get the other side.
Well, it's not red, but it's certainly not white anymore. Let's see. Now we are to install the blanket into the Hero Forge while the blanket's still wet. And make sure the entry tube hole isn't obstructed by the blanket, so that the burner is able to slide through later. We can do that. Okay. We know that these two holes have to line up with the burner entry. So, there actually are two flanges on the inside, so I'm trying to make sure that that wool is on those flanges. And it is.
Make sure we're not blocking anything. a lot of insulation in this little forge.
Okay, that's in there. I may be about to make a mistake, but I'm going to give the ends another little spritz of this rigidizer. Okay. Well, we got that far. Says now we have to wait for the blanket. Now we have to wait for the blanket to take into the rigidizer and for everything to dry. And that might be 24 hours or so. So it's got a 24-hour cure time. So yeah, we're not going to stand here and run this camera for 24 hours. That would be boring. Besides, I've got a full day working the ambulance tomorrow. So we're going to cut off right now, and we'll come back tomorrow night, maybe, hopefully, and we'll mix up some of the Satanite refractory and go on with the next steps. Before we do that, though, this is the hinge I forged yesterday. I was not happy with this thing. That steel was rusty and just didn't turn out how I wanted. So, of course, out of my own stubbornness, I had to go make a better one today. This is much better. I was afraid I'd forgotten how to do this. But sometimes, folks, I guess you just got to go back and visit your old skills. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you still are, God bless and have a great evening.